Feed your addiction.
You guys need to take this shit seriously.
Hit my body like a drug, let me feed your addiction.
Good morning, everyone. I, long time ago, wanted to do a subscriber contest, and I don't think at the time I had very many viewers. And I don't recall, I had asked for suggestions, and I don't recall getting a single one. So I've come up with my own contest, and I'll propose it to you. And then if you want to participate, you just leave a comment in the video, in the comments, saying that you want to participate. I know there's a few people that don't use Google Plus or can't leave comments, so you, in that instance, you can email me at panicwars@gmail.com. panicwars@gmail.com. I got coke bugs, guys. panicwars@gmail.com, and let me know that way. Okay, so here's the contest. Let me caveat this with the fact that there's no prize for this contest, guys. So in that regard, it's kind of shitty, but it'll be fun nonetheless, I think. I'm going to take my old Dutch bucket system from the house that's not being used right now, and I'm going to set it up out here in the grow house. It'll be completely segregated from any of the existing infrastructure, okay? And the idea is simple. It's like a virtual grow off. We'll call it Ponic Wars grow off contest or whatever. And every single bucket is going to have its own reservoir, its own water pump. And I'll plumb in oxygen to every bucket. And basically, those who enter the contest, and if there's an overwhelming response, I'll have to choose myself or random draw people or something like that. Still lots of details to work out, but right now let's just see who wants to participate. And basically you're going to have control over that plant, but I can't automate it, so I have to do it myself. So you're going to give me instructions on what you want to do with the plant. It's going to be a tomato of my choosing. Everyone will grow the same variety. And then you're going to determine pH levels, EC, oxygen, water flow. If you want timed waterings, I'll put a water timer on your pump, your bucket, etc. So I got some notes here. That's why I'm going to be looking at the phone while I'm talking, so I can read these and cover some of the points that I came up with. All right, so the way we'll correspond, the way it'll work is that every single contestant that's finalized will have a password protected forum thread. So if you're bucket number 2, you'll go to bucket number 2's thread. It'll be password protected. You're the only one with the password, and that way the other contestants cannot go into your thread and see what you're doing. So that'll all be kept private. I will publish all of the final rules in a general thread, which all of you will have access to. And that general thread will also serve as a purpose for general information for you to make decisions based on what you want to do with your water timings or nutrient dosage or any of that. So if it's 100 degrees out, I'll give you the temperatures in the daytime and say, hey guys, it's been really hot this week. Nighttime temperatures are this, daytime temperatures are that, and things like that, so to help you make decisions. All right, again, I'm choosing the tomato variety. It's going to be some kind of hybrid beefsteak. Each bucket's going to have its own reservoir, water pump, and air stone. You're going to be using my hydroponic nutrients. So before the contest starts, I'm going to make up a big bulk batch of hydro nutrients. I will also, in the general information thread, put more details about what exactly my nutrients are. I run 4 different parts, an A, B, C, and D. I'm not going to go outside of that. Everyone needs to be on the same page, and I can't be custom mixing nutrients for everybody. No. So you're going to use my nutrients, and you're just going to determine the EC. You don't need to tell me how much nutrient to put in. Just tell me what EC, or I think everything's going to need to be on EC, guys. Let me double check my meter, and if it does ppm, I'll tell you what scale it's on, and possibly we can do, I know a lot of you guys use ppm. but that'll be determined by you, the actual nutrient level, and I will do my best to stay absolutely on top of that and make sure that EC doesn't fluctuate from what you want it to be. Pest control methods will all be predetermined. I'm going to give you several options of things that I use here, and you'll have those in your arsenal to pull out if you want applications to your plant only. I'll put in your forum threads photos of your plant a minimum of twice a week, so you'll be able to see exactly what it's doing. And of course, you can always ask specific questions about your plant. You know, can you give me a close-up shot of this, or you know, what is it generally doing? However, I will not give any advice or suggestions on how you should grow your plant. So if you're going to enter this contest and you give a shit about winning for no other reason than having your ego stroked, you should probably have a fairly decent idea of how to grow something hydroponically, at least a baseline idea, because I'm not going to give you advice. If you ask me, well, hey, what do you think about this? I'm not going to do it, guys, just because it needs to be based on your. If I have 6 people saying, well, what would you do, Ryan, and those 6 people are all doing the same thing based on what I would do, well, that takes all the fun out of it. So we won't have any of that. Some of it's common sense. Like if I walk by and I see a caterpillar, obviously I'm going to pull the caterpillar off, and it's not that big of a deal. If I walk by and I see a plant that's completely infested with a population of caterpillars, I'm going to let you know, hey, your plant is jacked up. What do you want to do about it? So some of it needs to be like pretty frequent correspondence if you care, and I'll stay on top of that. The other thing is, the whole point of the contest, it'll be fun, is all of the things that you did, the decisions that you made. In the end, I'd like to publish all of it so we can see what plants did well, what plants did not so well, and we can all learn from the strategies that were implemented by people. And then also let me know if you guys think that each person should have 2 plants. It would be less overall contestants, but then it would give us, each person would have 2 plants, 2 buckets, in case one of the plants ends up being a dud. Like if I was in the contest and my plant just died for some inexplicable reason and then you're out, well, it kind of sucks. So maybe we need to do 2. Let me know. You guys trade all the ideas that you want in the comment section, and that'll help iron out a lot of what'll end up being frequently asked questions, things I haven't thought about yet. I think the only way to determine the winner would be by overall yield. Again, they'll all be the same tomato variety. If you guys can think of a better way than yield, fruit yield, to determine the winner, I don't know. You let me know what you think. And the other thing is, don't implement any type of super secret strategy or anything, because I would like to publish the results to everyone, because I feel like all the stuff that we'll learn, if we've got 12 to 15 to 25 people growing plants and they're all using their own strategies on one variety of tomato, it'll be really interesting to see the disparity between methods. So yeah, if you guys want to participate, let me know in the comment section. Just say, make it clear to me in some fashion that you're interested in participating. We'll see how much interest we get, and then we'll go from there. We still have lots of time. Over here on the table, I've got a ton of tomatoes started, and of course I'll let you know the general rules as we start to iron out some of the details, but we're looking at probably 30 days before these tomatoes are even ready to go in a bucket. So that'll give me time to get the system set up, get all the nutrients mixed up, get the water pumps ordered, plumbed in, get all the oxygen lines plumbed in, and get timers sorted out, and all of that good stuff. So I'll need that 30 days anyways, and then of course I'll need to organize the forums. I've already started, won't take long, and then we'll iron out all the details, guys. So yeah, let me know who wants to participate. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm a little intimidated because I know it's going to take a lot of my time, but it'll be well worth it. And most of you, if you're in a European or North American climate, you can't grow right now. At least not quite yet. So some of you are starting seeds and things like that, but this will give you an opportunity to kind of garden from home while I do the work, per se. All right, let me know, guys. As always, make sure you leave comments, trade ideas. We'll get this sorted out, get the details ironed, and go from there. Thanks.